Always starts off like that. Here I am with Lucy Coote, who is a lady which does more than lunch in Monaco. Very interested to talk to her because she's had a fabulous time raising a family and being in Monaco. So, hello, Lucy.
Hello, Mike. Nice to be here.
Well, I think we've got to start off at the beginning. How did you come to be in Monaco?
Well, I think the main reason I ended up in Monaco is really twofold. First of all, I had a very nice and long career in Formula One for roughly about 10 years. And obviously, during my time in Formula One, when I was working for the FIA, the governing body, and then latterly with what was then called Jaguar Racing, I ended up in Monaco for the Grand Prix and thought, wow, this is an amazing place. I can't imagine ever being someone that lived there. So that was the start of kind of going to Monaco and seeing it, but obviously not living there. But also my parents lived in the south of France, in Provence, in Lourdes, for about 23 years. So for me, when I wasn't traveling doing my Formula One, Lourdes was my home. So I used to come, regularly down to the south of France and loved it. It was just absolutely super, beautiful, beautiful place. But really, once I left my career in F1, where I was working permanently, I was based in London then, and I was newly divorced, and I was looking for a bit of a change of scene. So for me, it was really an option to come down to the south of France just to start again, really. And the only place really that I could think of to find work was in Monaco. And during my time in F1, I'd befriended other females that were working in F1 as well. And Sonia Irvine was one of my friends, and she had just set up Amber Lounge, the VIP nightclub, which happens here in Monaco. So it was literally very new. It's her new baby, and she was looking for somebody to help her out. And there I was. So that was the start of me coming down to live in Monaco permanently. I thought I'd be there for about 2 years or so, and actually I've been there for 21 years now. So
wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And in that time, you had a daughter.
Yes. So as I say, I thought I was there short term, but it turned out that I met my now husband Patrick there, and we had our daughter India, who is now 14. So had a baby there, sort of went through the whole party scene, and then settled down and became a mum. And raised our daughter there. Yes.
What was it like? Is it different to raising a daughter anywhere else? Are there different sort of constraints or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, there was obviously some really lovely positives, which I'm sure everybody will agree with who lives down there. It is safe. You have a really lovely variety of activities for the children to do. It's a beautiful location. You've got the sea there, you've got the mountains not far away, so you can go skiing, etc. I mean, it is a beautiful playground for children. It is a bit tight and small sometimes, so it is important for them to get out and see the real world that's outside every so often. But no, I can say hand on heart, it's absolutely beautiful. What an amazing place, and how lucky the children are to grow up there, I might add as well, because obviously I didn't grow up there. So I think she's very fortunate, like I think all the children are that grow up there.
Well, it's life in the sun. It's wonderful.
Life in the sun, life with the sea, what more could you want? It's just wonderful.
Yeah. So how do you occupy your days these days?
Well, I never sit still, as those who know me can testify. I like to keep active. I like to keep my brain active. I'm always learning. But when I left Formula One, I changed directions completely with my career, and I turned to the more holistic side of my nature. And I became a massage therapist, which I've been practicing now for about 15 years. Yeah. And from there, it's kind of progressed into other modalities. So I also am a craniosacral therapist, and I am a yoga teacher as well. So I've got lots of balls that I juggle as such, just basically to help people feel better. And yeah, and latterly I've turned my hand a little bit more to writing, which I absolutely have always loved. I've not really had a lot of time with all those things happening and also being a mum. So, but now India, as I was just saying, she's off to, well, she's now gone to boarding school in the UK. So that's freed up a little bit more time. And I just write really from the heart and say it how it is, and try and sort of find, I think, the best in people as much as I can. So just sharing a bit of positivity. So that's what I'm doing now. So
it's going back to the holistic. It's going back to the holistic type of thing. It's you know, it's helping people feel good. So what's the demand like for yoga and massage and everything else? Is it strong?
Well, yes, because for such a small place in Monaco, actually, we do lack, sadly, we lack a yoga studio now. And obviously there have been some fantastic yoga teachers, but people come, people go, it's that kind of place. So there's always room for lots of teachers. And of course, we all bring our own styles and ways of teaching to the table. So it's nice to have that diversity. But yeah, there is a lot of demand. People want to move. People, I think, are becoming much more self-aware, and they want to take care of themselves naturally as much as possible. And things like craniosacral therapy, they're really not called craniosacral therapy. Basically, we're looking after the craniosacral system, which we all have, which keeps us alive effectively, and managing all the cerebrospinal fluid and making sure that there's no kind of areas that are energetically trapped or anything. So we're just promoting free flow, if you like. And that really helps to balance our autonomic nervous system, and just promotes a really great feeling of wellness. So, and as far as I know, there are not that many craniosacral therapists. There are people doing cranio-osteopathy, but not craniosacral therapy. So it's just nice to be able to bring that modality to Monaco and offer it to clients.
I've never heard of that. Can people contact you about it?
Sorry?
Can people contact you about the things?
Absolutely, yes. The best way to contact me is just on my email, which is Lucy, Lucy, at Lucy Coote, LucyCoote.com. Oh,
I'll put that in the text, if I may.
Thank you.
Yeah, total pleasure. Now, can we talk not about you, but about well, somebody who's pretty much an action man, which is your husband, Patrick. I lost I don't know where the guy gets the energy from. And can you tell me what he's doing right now?
I can, right this very second.
Yes.
He is in a rather small rowing boat with 3 other people. And he's in a race from Barcelona to Ibiza. Apparently it is 330 kilometers, and they are rowing 80 hours non-stop.
No, so it's not possible.
I know, crazy. And between them, so they're sort of, I'm not too sure, don't quote me on this, I think it's something like 2 or 3 hours on and then 3 hours off. And then that's how they go all through the day and night, out in the scorching Med, where it's probably about 35 degrees.
But it will become nighttime. How do they maneuver at night? Or do they? I guess they got a satellite.
Well, they did have no idea. Yes, I guess so. And obviously, they do have a support crew, which I'm very grateful for, I might add. And we have the GPS tracker, so we can see where they are at any given time. But yeah, it's pretty intense. It's you know, there's all the obviously sunburn and rashes from the sea salt, and never mind the blistering on his hands from all that rowing. So it's quite a challenge. But he seems to like doing these things.
But he's doing it for a reason, like he does everything. So what is this reason, please?
Well, he's doing it for a charity. All the teams in the race, of which there are 4, they're all doing it for charity, and his is to support the HPV vaccine. So really just, as I say, kind of getting awareness out there a little bit more about what HPV is, and also trying to provide as many vaccines around the globe to those that may not be able to have it otherwise. So their goal was to raise about €10,000. He's on his way. I think he's doing nearly 6,000 so far. So any other donations would be really, really welcome.
Well, it probably won't reach him by the time this goes out, but I think it's a very wonderful thing to do. It's a personal challenge, and it also creates something for other people, which I think is amazing. I really do. My hat's off to him.
Yes, bless him. I'll keep that on from the sun.
Now, just turning back to your articles, who are you writing for at the moment?
So I'm writing at the moment for News MC, the online news website in Monaco, and really it was born out of the fact that one of my great friends, Glenn Weiss, unfortunately passed away in December, and I felt like I wanted to write something, a little tribute to him. So I put something down and sent it off to them, and they printed it. And then really this whole idea of personalities of the Principality, which is what my articles are called, was born. And I really wanted to basically just give a little bit of, shine a light on the people in Monaco that perhaps don't get the recognition that they deserve, the people that make Monaco what it is, who, you know, in some way or shape or form touches maybe even daily, but yet, you know, we all know who they are, but they never get that little bit of that glimmer of spotlight, which I think they deserve. So it's really just to kind of shine that light on them, explain who they are, why they came to Monaco, and a little bit more about their character, because I love finding out about people.
I agree. But like you, Lucy, just like you, people just like you. I think that's wonderful. Yes. Well, I think our time is probably up. And so may I just say thank you so much for spending some time and telling us about yourself and your life. And really, really appreciate it. So if we do huge smiles while I find the off button.